Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona, welcome back if you're practicing with me again. Today's class is a 45-minute lunar vinyasa flow class, another edition from the Ground and Center series of classes. And today it is a mandala flow, a circular flow where we circle around the mat, a full body flow, and it's ideal for the new moon this week and the full moon later in the month. It's a really calming, meditative and soothing flow, embodying the energies of the moon. If you like practicing with props, I'd recommend a block at each end of your yoga mat and a blanket, but props aren't necessary for the practice. And if you are enjoying the classes and you'd like to support me creating and posting each week, I'm on Patreon. All the details are in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you really enjoy this practice. Namaste. And begin your practice in child's pose at the back of your mat. Knees wide so your chest can fall between your thighs. Resting your arms forward, or option to press your palms together ahead of you, bend your elbows and take your prayer hands to the nape of your neck. If folding your knees is sensitive for you, making your way into your own comfortable posture here. Lingering quietly in your shape, starting to cultivate a feeling of ease, loosening your jaw, softening your shoulders, your belly. Come now to meet your breath, feeling the shape change your breath creates in your ribs, your back, your chest and your belly. Sensing each new breath cycle, observing its movement right to the end of your exhale. And as your attention tunes in, start the process of reuniting with yourself, coming home. The full and new moon phase has a special significance in yoga as it's believed to be a powerful time for introspection, release and renewal. The full moon's energy is often associated with increased vitality, receptivity and strength. However, along with this surge of energy comes the potential for an overflow of emotions and feelings of restlessness. Similarly, during the new moon, emotions are heightened. Both phases offer an opportunity to rest and draw inward. Give yourself this time now and the rest of your practice the opportunity to ground your energy. And if you'd like to acknowledge something which you're willing to release, go ahead now and name that inwardly to yourself. Approaching any emotions with compassion, just to simply observe them, acknowledge, and surrender any burdens that no longer serve you. Offer yourself the steady anchor of your breath to keep you on track, grounded in the present moment. Reaching your arms forward now, start to grow out long through the sides of your body and make your way up onto all fours, stepping your hands under your shoulders, just balancing your knees under your hips. Start by simply circling your head clockwise. And reverse your circle, lengthening into the sides, the back of your neck. Now take some of that circular motion into your spine, leaning out into the side ribs, barrel rolling your spine, nourishing your shoulders with some soft movement, letting your hips sway. The lunar energy of the moon is more feminine, creative, receptive. It's less linear and structured. Roll back the other way. Just focusing on your movement, feeling a little more watery and fluid here. More led by your intuition. And making your way back through center. Tuck your toes now. Step your hands forward. Press back to your first downward facing dog. Find your comfortable stride. Gently pedal out through your heels. Exploring what movement gets into your body best. Practicing a steady breath. And now some uninterrupted time with your body, your mind and heart. Opening yourself to feeling more grounded. Finding stillness now in your down dog. Next inhale, emphasize a slow ripple through your spine as you move forward to a high pusher. And then gentle and slow, bend your knees and flow back to your downward facing dog. Again, flow forward to your plank. And then wave back, letting your movement articulate all the bones of your spine. Inhale, forward to plank and pause. Exhale, place your knees down and lower to your belly. We'll roll our cobra, take your fingertips wide off the side edges of your mat. And on an inhale, lift your chest forward and up. And exhale, melt down toward the floor. Now shift your hands, take your right fingertips forward, your left fingertips back. On your inhale, lift. And look over to your left. Exhale and lower. Opposite side, shift your hands and inhale to lift, gaze to your right, and an exhale to lower. Bring your hands by your ribs now, lift your chest in cobra, then float your hands. Lower down and press back through child's pose, take your buttocks toward your heels. Breathe a full cycle of breath. And return to your downward facing dog. Eyes forward on your inhale, bend your knees softly and travel lightly into Malasana Yogi Squat at the top of your mat. Turn your toes out and either elevate your seat or sit back on your heels, just lining up your body so you feel symmetrical. Then ground down into your outer feet, ease your elbows into your inner knees. Follow your breath in. Trace your breath as it washes out. Coming into a forward fold on your exhale, stepping your feet in, hold opposite elbows and fold over your legs. Releasing your arms, bending your knees, take a slow spinal roll all the way up to stand, feeling yourself unfurl. And then rest your hands to prayer in Anjali Mudra. Gently tuck your chin in, bowing in. Anjali translates as offering, a mudra of composure of returning to one's heart. Let this practice be an offering to yourself to find calm, to find your steady center. We'll build our circular flow now, approach the movements with the same soft fluidity, remembering your body intuitively knows how to move, how to find stability. Just trust in your own authentic movement. On your inhale, circle your arms overhead. Take steeple mudra, pointing your index fingers skyward. On your exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, return through center. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower your hands, interlace behind the back of your head, elbows wide. Then softly roll your right shoulder back, and then your left, and go side to side. Dance your ribs over your hips. Next inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, sweep your arms wide, bend the knees and forward fold over your legs. Inhale, open your heart forward. Exhale, step your right foot back, low lunge, set your right knee to the floor. Inhale, float your arms overhead. Stay for your exhale. Take one more breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor, raise your back knee and take side lunge to your right, Skandasana. Bend into your right knee, straighten your left leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, Skandasana to your left, straighten your right leg. Inhale here. Then straighten both your legs for wide-legged fold. Step your fingers under your shoulders, lengthen your chest forward, and fold with your exhale. Take 2 more cycles of breath. Fingertips to the floor, lift up halfway. Coming into temple pose, turn your heels in, press your palms. Rise up with straight legs, arms overhead. Keep the arms skywards, just bend your knees and sit low in temple. Pausing here, weight into your heels. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, triangle pose to your right, face the back of your mat. Left hand to the sky, and if it doesn't bother your neck, turn your gaze up to your left thumb. Bend into your right knee for extended side angle pose. Circle your left arm up or overhead, nurturing your steady, even breath. Circle your left hand to your left hip now, transitioning into half moon. Ardha Chandrasana, gazing down, right fingertips to the floor. Slowly raise your left leg. Turning your hips open to the left hand to the sky. Eyes down, step your left foot to meet your right, facing the back of your mat, landing softly. Open and fold with your breath. Rising up to stand on the new breath, join your palms overhead and lower your hands to your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Left side, inhale, circle your arms overhead, steeple mudra, side bend to your left. Inhale through center, side bend to your right. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your head. Roll your left shoulder back and then your right, side to side. Ralphie's doing his patrol. Next inhale, send your palms to the sky. Exhale, arms wide, dive forward over your legs. Lengthen up halfway on your inhale. Lunge your left foot back, low lunge. Arms rise with your inhale. And steady your feet. One more breath in, reach tall. And then hands to the floor, raise your left knee. Take Skandasana to your left, straighten your right leg. Breathing in. Exhale, Skandasana to your right. Breathing in. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. Straighten your legs, pivot your heels out, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Follow your next breath in. Your next breath out. One more cycle of breath. On your inhale, lift up onto the fingertips, turn your heels in, join your palms, rise all the way to stand with straight legs. Keep the arms skyward, exhale, temple pose, bend your knees and ground your heels. On your inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, left side, triangle pose, facing the front of your mat. Right hand to the sky, lengthening into both sides of your waist. Grounding down through your feet. Transition into extended side angle pose, Parshvakonasana, bending your left knee, circle your right arm up or overhead. Just finding a breathable space in your body. Circle your right hand down to your right hip now. Preparing for half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana, gazing down, left hand to the floor. Slowly raise your right leg. Turning your hips open to the right. Take one more breath in. Exhale, this time softly step back with your right foot, runner's lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, wave forward to your plank pose. Exhale, lower to your belly. On your inhale, cobra pose, easing into your back bend. And downward facing dog. Pausing here, just finding this feeling of fluidity, presence, and fully experiencing ourselves in our practice is really not about force or pushing. It's just about letting go and freeing up space. So just continuing in that way, in a way that feels easeful, grounded, and smooth for you. Take your gaze forward, bend your knees, and step lightly to the top of your mat. Inhale, open your chest forward. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand on the new breath. Hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra, bowing in. Moving into Vriksasana, tree pose. Spread the sole and toes of your right foot. Firm your right leg straight. And then lift and place your left foot to the inseam of your right leg. To feel more steady, rest your hands to prayer center of your chest, or option to raise your arms overhead. Last few breaths coming into swaying palm. Lower your left arm down. Take your right arm over to your left. Side bending in your tree. On your inhale, return to center. Release your left foot down and softly forward fold over your legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. On your exhale, step your right foot back now for runner's lunge. Pause on your fingertips, right leg long and straight, your chest bright. And on your exhale, pulse to a pyramid variation. Lift your hips, straighten your legs, lengthen and fold over your leg. Breathing in, keep your legs straight, lengthen again, your sternum forward. Breathing out, folding over the midline of your left leg. Take a breath in, re-bend your left knee. And on an exhale, walk a quarter turn to your right for a wide-legged fold. Open and fold with your breath. Flowing now, lifting up halfway, adjust your feet, heels in, toes out. Join the palms, rise to stand, straight legs. Keep the arms high, exhale, temple pose, bending your knees, track your knees wide. Breathing in, straighten your legs. Breathing out, lower your hands to your heart center. Taking high lunge to the back of your mat now, pivot your toes and adjust your feet. Right foot in the right lane, left foot in the left lane. Prayer hand, center of your chest. Inhale here. Exhale, lower and hover your left knee from the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and hold. Then work towards straightening your left leg. Preparing to balance into Swan, Digasana. Keep your weight anchored in your right heel. A bend in your right knee as you travel forward through your torso. Raise and float your left leg. Holding here, finding a mild arch through your spine. Squeeze your shoulder blades toward one another, pointing your left toes. Breathe smooth. And then returning to your high lunge, landing softly. Get steady, feel your feet, reach your arms overhead on your in-breath. Press your palms and twist to your right on your out-breath. Reverse prayer twist. To modify, you can lower your left knee to the floor. Then extend tall through your low back, rotating through your middle and upper back. And take one more smooth breath in. Exhale, release, eyes down, hands to your mat, and step up. Open and fold with your breath. Inhale now, rise to stand. Lower your hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra, bowing in. Final side, balancing on your left foot for tree pose. Set your base of support, anchor into your left big toe, little toe, center of your heel. And then place your right foot on the inseam of your left leg. Then very subtly close the door on your left hip if it's swung out. so you feel your hip points balance, hugging in toward your center. Option to raise your arms overhead. Last few breaths coming into swaying palm. Lower your right arm down. Left arm over to your right. On your inhale, return to center. Release your right foot to the floor and gently fold over your legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And then step your left foot back for a runner's lunge. Pause on your fingertips, take a breath, lead your chest forward. Then exhale, pulse to a pyramid, lift your hips, straighten your legs, lengthen and fold over your front leg. Breathing in, keep your legs straight, lengthen your chest forward. Breathing out, refold over the midline of your right leg. Take a breath in, rebend your right knee, and then walk a quarter turn to your left for wide-legged fold. Open and fold with your breath. And flowing now, lifting up halfway, adjust your feet, heels in, turn your toes out, press your palms, rise to stand, straight legs, arms overhead. Exhale, keep the hands high, temple pose, bend your knees. Breathing in, straighten your legs. Breathing out, lower your hands to your heart center. Taking high lunge to the front of your mat, pivot your toes, stagger your feet so you feel balanced. Breathing in. Breathing out, lower your right knee. Inhale, lift your right knee. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower and hold. Then work towards straightening your right leg. Preparing to balance into swan. Keep your weight anchored in your left heel, a bend in your left knee as you hinge forward. Raise and float your right leg. Point the toes. Finding the qualities of a back bend. Holding here, breathing smooth. And returning to your high lunge, landing softly, get steady, feel your feet. Reach your arms overhead on your in-breath. Press your palms and twist to your left on your out-breath. One more smooth breath in. And release. Hands to your mat, and now step back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to your plank pose. Exhale, soften to your belly. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, roll back to a child's pose. Send your buttocks toward your heel. Take 3 grounding cycles of breath, releasing your effort. And we'll make our way into an inversion now. I'll lead you through dolphin preparation. If you have an alternative inversion where your head rests below your heart, please feel free to practice any posture that you feel comfortable in. If you're following along with me, bringing your forearms forward to the floor, Interlace all your fingers except for your pinkies. Then tuck your toes and raise your hips. Down dog on the forearms. Pressing your forearms down and away from the floor to elevate and pike your hips. And also to avoid feeling too top heavy here. Try and release all the way down to the crown of your head. Pausing, lingering here. Last few breaths. And then as you're ready, lowering your knees to the floor and come to kneel. We will rest in a child's pose. If you'd like to take a shoulder variation and it's comfortable for you, you can take your hands to your belly, wrap your thumbs around your waist, elbows wide, and gently rest forward over your legs, bowing in. And really let your shoulders and your elbows relax wide. And now take the next few breaths to return to downward facing dog. Soften your gaze, make any movements that feel natural for you here, keeping that quality and consistency of your inhales and your exhales. Transitioning now into right side single pigeon, placing your right knee to the back of your right hand, crossing your shin in front of you, extending your left leg out straight. And of course, any variation or modification of this to suit and serve you here, please accommodate your knees. So option to take reclined, figure 4 shape, or any similar hip opener. Resting forward if you're in single pigeon, pausing here, coming back to the rhythm and repetition of your breath. Relaxing across the back of your shoulders, softening your jaw and your mouth. And now ease your way back up and press back to downward facing dog. Pedal and stretch, breathe some space into the back of your right leg. And then as you're ready, left side, single pigeon, placing yourself on purpose. Just encouraging yourself to move intentionally. Easing your way forward. And settle in. Soak your breath in. Sensing your breath flowing in across the dome of your back, flowing out into a soft belly. Feel for a gentle jaw. And walking your hands in this time, sit down on your left buttocks and sweep your right leg forward and out to the side for Janu Shirshasana variation. So aim the sole of your left foot to your inner right thigh. And on your inhale, lengthen your arms overhead. On your exhale, softly fold between your knees, coming forward with a straight spine. Inhale, walk your hands back in, revolve to your left, and place your left hand flush to the floor behind you. As you feel yourself breathe in, lift your hips, sweep your right arm overhead for Stargazer pose. Gently, lightly squeezing your buttocks, opening through the front of your body, and then gently release. Lower your buttocks. Point your left knee now up toward the ceiling, and we'll twist in the same direction. Set your left fingertips behind you, reach your right arm high on your inhale, and then twist to your left on your exhale. Hug your knee or hinge your elbow. 3 smooth cycles of breath. Bring your gaze forward and release. Final side. Extend your left leg out to the side. Fold your right foot into your inner left thigh. Sitting evenly on your buttocks. Inhale, raise your arms. And exhale, forward fold between your knees. So in this variation, no twist through your spine, just a gentle fold. Walk your hands back in and revolve to your right. Place your right hand behind to the floor, and on your inhale, lift your hips, sweep your left arm overhead. If it doesn't bother your neck, gaze skyward. And gently release, circle down, lower your buttocks, point your right knee toward the ceiling. Right fingertips behind you, left hand high on your inhale. Twist to your right on your exhale. Hug or hinge your left arm. And unwinding from your twist, extend both legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. You may wish to sit on the edge of a folded blanket to elevate your posture and angle your pelvis forward. Just as you're ready, reach your arms overhead and then take a soft forward fold over your legs. You can have a little bend in your knees there. And then walk your hands back in. Give your legs a little shake and a wobble. Grab any additional layers or props you may wish to have as you come to recline down for rest. Shavasana. Letting your feet fall wide so your hips can soften and relax. Rest your arms down by your sides with your palms skyward. And now ask your body now to be still and quiet. cultivating a feeling of calm, absorbing that feeling through your whole body. And from this place of invited ease, practicing a few rounds of Chandra Bhedana Pranayama, moon piecing breath. Practice to invite the calm, cooling energy of the moon to wash over your whole being. In this version, practicing hands-free, simply directing your breath in through the left nostril and out through the right nostril. In through the left, out through the right. Take 6 or 8 rounds at your own pace. Allowing the gentle feeling of your breath to soften your inner body and lead you toward rest. I'll be back to guide you back in a few minutes. And gently, softly breathe a deeper breath. Wake and wriggle your toes and your fingers. Perhaps give your whole body a big stretch. Then bending your knees, take your feet to the floor. And gently roll out to your right side. Sliding your eyes open. And softly press your way back up to sit. And thanks so much for joining me for this practice. May you feel grounded and calm this week of the new moon. Save the practice for the full moon later this month or any time when you need to ground and center yourself. Namaste.